Now, a Jimmy Mathis exclusive, The Stone Zone, featuring Roger Stone, veteran of 30 years in politics and 9 presidential campaigns, including Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Donald Trump. Here is Jimmy Mathis on WBAL News Radio 1090 and the WBAL app.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Mathis Show. Roger Stone, former Donald Trump top advisor, joins the program for The Stone Zone. Good morning, Roger. How you doing, sir?
Excellent. Good morning.
Let's just jump right into it. All eyes tomorrow watching the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. On a scale of 1 to 10, how aggressive does he come out against her?
Well, I think he's going to let her draw first blood. I think there is a dynamic of a man debating a woman that is perhaps unique. We remember the experience, perhaps, of Rick Lazio, who I refer to as Rick Lazio, who ran against her in the U.S. Senate race. I think he was unduly aggressive in his debate with her, and it backfired on him. Now, her unfavorable ratings are much higher today than they were then. She's more polarizing now than she was then. But just the same, in our society, I suspect Trump should let her lay back and be the aggressor, at least in the beginning. But mark my words, if she starts it, he'll finish it.
Well, look, all she has, right, is he's a racist, he's a homophobe. I mean, we've heard the rhetoric from her for the last year now. There really is no substance there. And when we talk about, I guess when I ask how aggressive is he going to come out against Secretary Clinton, I'm not talking about the tone of his voice or how he delivers the message. But, I mean, is he going to unload on just the laundry list of failures that she has had as secretary and as a U.S. senator? I mean, you could go on for hours on the failures that she has on her plate right now.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing. As I've said here before, the only thing predictable about Donald Trump is that he is unpredictable. So where will he come? Will it be Benghazi? Will it be her stealing the silver and the china and the carpets when she left the White House?
Right.
Or will it be Travelgate? Or will it be the email server? Or will it be the Clinton Foundation and the fact that she and her husband would steal a hot stove? I mean, he just has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to vulnerabilities of her public record.
Well, and talking about embarrassment, looking at the Hill here a couple days ago, Donald Trump was threatening to bring Jennifer Flowers to the debate. Where is he with that right now? Are they still looking at doing that?
My understanding is that Jennifer Flowers will be his guest at the debate, and that Paula Jones and Juanita Broderick and Dolly Kyle all made it clear to the Trump campaign that they were more than willing to come as well. And who knows, one of them may show up at a future debate.
And what does that do just to the aesthetics of this right now? I mean, there's a whole lot of firsts that we're going to be looking at tomorrow, Roger. I mean, the Jennifer Flowers thing I find hilarious, especially when you look at Hillary Clinton, that is running on one thing and one thing only, and that is that she is a woman. And, whether it's the equal pay for women, wash, rinse, repeat, all the stuff that she's running on, to have Jennifer Flowers sitting in the debate hall would be very interesting.
Well, but let's context here. The Clinton campaign announced that Mark Cuban would be in the front row, as if in some way Mark Cuban would unnerve Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump thinks Mark Cuban is a punk, an upstart, a Trump wannabe. I think he could care less. So the decision to invite Jennifer Flowers was a reaction to the childish decision to put Mark Cuban in the front row. Cuban, by the way, incredibly, they have talked this guy into defending the Clinton Foundation, which is indefensible. Indefensible. Yeah. 10% of what they pull in is used for real charity. 10% of hundreds of millions. This guy is on a fool's errand.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, you've been involved in politics for a long, long time. Is there anything that you would think would be off the table for Donald Trump that he wouldn't bring up, that he believes would be a mistake to travel down any given road?
I think nothing's off limits. I really say that. I mean, you could even get Vince Foster before it's over. Nothing at all is off limits. I don't think he's going to get into the question of Bill's philandering.
Sure he is. If he's going to put Jennifer Flowers in the front row.
But that's about something far more than philandering. It's about lying. It's about lying under oath. It's also about violence because Jennifer Flowers' next-door neighbor was so badly beaten by Arkansas state troopers because he inadvertently saw Bill leaving Jennifer's apartment. So it's about violence. It's about far more than that. But what I was about to say, I don't think he gets into philandering. That doesn't mean he won't get into Bill's sexual assaults and rapes, and more importantly, Hillary's role in covering them up. On the other hand, he may discuss none of that. That's, I think, what's going to be so interesting here. We don't know where he's going to go.
A quick question for you, Roger. Way before Donald Trump had thrown his hat in the ring here running for president, after the loss of Mitt Romney against President Obama 4 years ago, I said, I really think whoever's going to be the next president is going to have to own and dominate pop culture. And Trump has done a great job with that. You look at Hillary Clinton, it's not my cup of tea, but this Between Two Ferns show that she did, she came across angry. She did not have fun with it. Obviously, everybody's kind of familiar with this program. You know what you're getting yourself into when you agree to do it. And you see somebody that there wasn't a cool factor, an it factor. She was not owning the pop culture aspect of it. And I think a result of that is she is having a very difficult time right now landing with younger voters, landing with millennials, Generation Y, Generation X, what have you. Her performance on that show, do you think that is sort of symbolic of the difficulty that she's having when it comes to energizing the youth vote?
Yeah, she's a dud. I mean, have you seen the videos of her attempting to dance?
Right.
On several occasions, this woman has no rhythm whatsoever. There's literally nothing cool about her at all. It's embarrassing. If you can't dance, the best thing for you to do is sit down.
Or have fun with yourself.
I don't know. She doesn't look like she's having fun. I see her with the woman talk show host whose name escapes me at the moment. And it's painful to watch. The woman has no sense of rhythm at all.
And finally, before I let you go, Roger, how important is this debate tomorrow? A lot of times in politics, a candidate's goal when it comes to a debate is not to have that gaffe, that moment that lives on, in infamy. But I think tomorrow is slightly different, and there's a real opportunity for Donald Trump for his goal not to not lose the debate, but to win it, to dominate it, and to attract some votes out of it.
I think it's more important for him than it is for her. Hillary Clinton's a political fixture. She's been around for 30 years. We know her act. It's generally pretty boring, and she rarely tells the truth. Trump, on the other hand, is still, in a certain sense, an unknown commodity, and people, I think, who are thinking about voting for him or even leaning towards voting for him want to be absolutely sure that he has the temperament and the gravitas to be president. And this is a unique opportunity to demonstrate that he has both. So how he handles himself is crucial. Now, I am one, and Mike Smirkanish said this yesterday on CNN, and it's accurate. I have advised him, as has Roger Ailes, to be thematic, to don't try to compete with her as a policy wonk. You're never going to memorize how many frigates we have in our naval cohort. You're never going to memorize the name of the president of every country in Africa. It's not what it's about. It's about broad themes. Let me give you an example. Hillary, everything you've ever touched has turned to blank.
Right.
That's a generality. That's absolutely true.
No, and I was going to say, it's a generality, and it is absolutely true. It's going to be interesting tomorrow, Roger, and it will be, I would imagine the highest rated debate that we've probably ever seen in American politics, and it'll be interesting to watch. Always
this is
a pleasure.
This is going to be up there with importance with the first Nixon-Kennedy debate, and the Reagan-Carter debate, and the second Carter-Mondale-Reagan debate.
Not going to bring youth into this, right? Was Reagan's
Well,
laugh?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is going to be great, great, great theater, and I can't wait to see the audience size because it's going to be astronomical.
And I can't wait to have you on next Sunday.
As Trump would say, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Roger Stone, always a pleasure. Author of The Clintons' War on Women, also Jeb and the Bush Crime Family. You can hear Roger Stone every Sunday for the Stone Zone, 9 a.m. on the program. Roger, thank you very much. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next Sunday.
Great to be here. Many thanks.
Appreciate it. 410-467-WBAL. Follow me on Twitter, Jimmy Mathis Show. Email me, jmathis@